Hey guys, welcome back. This is Mo, and you have come to the Twilight Zone. You have clicked on Element 115 channel, where I'm a new channel. This is about my fourth video. Nanu Nanu, as we like to say here at Element 115. If you don't know anything about that, of course, if you're old enough, you know that is from the sitcom Mork and Mindy, where Robin Williams plays, what is it, Mork from York? So we like to make light of some things around here, but that is my greeting in and greeting out, Nanu Nanu. That was really a great sitcom. If you guys are too young to watch, have too young to have watched it. Um, the great late Robin Williams. That's all I have to say. Um, that's my little shout out to him. But thank you guys. If you have subscribed to the channel and you're coming back, thank you so much for returning. Like I said, I just started this channel. I got 3 or 4 videos up. I would love you guys if you hadn't seen them to check them out. And please, guys, please, can you do me a favor? Please subscribe and click the like button. I really would appreciate that. And if you guys, I'll leave my cash tag in the description. If you want to donate, that would be awesome. But I'd rather you subscribe. It's free. I can't monetize my channel until I get 500 subscribers. So I would love for you guys to like the content and click subscribe. So what we're looking at here, find the aliens. Might sound, hey, let's make light of this. But to me, after, I wouldn't say I was a ufologist or anything, but I have really been into the UFO, UAP disclosure. I have been in the UFO and UAP and alien. I've been in probably really paying attention to what's going on probably the last 3 years. No, I'll go back. It's actually been longer than that. My goodness. Really was always interested in it, but really started when the 2017, I think it was the New York Times came out. I really started paying attention to what's going on, doing research. And I'm really interested in, and the reason why I actually, started this channel was to grow a community where I could, talk about this. A lot of my coworkers, it's like they have no idea what I'm talking about, and I believe, besides Roswell, if you don't know what I'm talking about, the Las Vegas backyard alien incident in 2023. I think it is the most, first of all, definitely the most overlooked, but I think it is one of the most important things that has ever happened to ufologists, which they're not paying attention to it. And I think it's one of the most important things that has ever happened, probably the most important thing to happen to disclosure, and nobody's paying attention to it. Now, we're going to look at a channel, we're going to react to a channel that actually compiled 20 gifts, which he says that he can find 20 aliens in these pictures. Now, what we're going to be looking at is, and he'll explain this, they're gifts that he recorded I think it was of the family's mother's cell phone video, and where he picks out the aliens. Now, when I first saw this, not these 20 separate gifts, but when I first saw the video, I immediately saw aliens that were cloaking. And what I mean by cloaking is almost like if you've seen Predator, that it's like you can tell if you're looking, if someone tells you, hey, look at that, that looks different. And if you really pay attention to it, you can see that it's like kind of cloaked, camouflage, kind of like if you're younger, when Frodo would put on the cape on uh, the Lord of the Rings, how he would kind of shimmer as he was cloaking. Same thing for Predator. Same thing for what's the other one that's newer? Harry Potter. When he put on the cloak, it's not newer, but and you would just see his feet go like that, and you can kind of see where his body was. But if you actually took the footsteps away, you wouldn't see him unless someone said, "Hey, um, look over there at that. Something's weird about that." And you and here, some of the pictures are. It's like they're fading in and out of reality, or maybe another dimension. And this is the most important thing that has happened to disclosure, because guess what, guys? I have two eyes. I can see. I don't need anybody to tell me what this is, or for me to watch fake UFO videos that are AI generated. This, to me, really is important. Just suspend your belief, leave it at the door, be honest with what you see, and tell me if you can find the 20 gifts of aliens in here. He's got I think he's got a 5 to 10 second repeat on the actual video. Now, just to give you a little background on this video, if you don't know what I'm talking about, in Las Vegas, I think it was May 1st of 2023, something falls from the sky. Now, and also 911 from Las Vegas get a call saying that there's aliens in the backyard. And we're going to hear that 911 call. And also, if it took the police an hour to get there. But the only reason they even came is because something fell from the sky. And guess what? It fell from the sky, and the police officer saw it. And then, 15 minutes later, 20 minutes later, 5 minutes later, something like that, someone in Las Vegas, a family, calls and says, we have 10-foot aliens in the backyard, and whatever they are not human. Hey, so when I first saw this video, I saw them. I didn't see every one of them, but I'm so glad that this video is out. And we need to, if you are a fan of this and you want people to know, you need to share this video of this gentleman. I forgot his name, but he has a channel called Quirk, and he has compiled these 20 videos that we're going to take a look, and tell me if we can't together find these 20 aliens. Now, there was one that when I just watched the first 15 minutes, so the rest of the video will be a first time for me as well, because I wanted to not take so much time to find them. Maybe I wanted to find them with you guys. So if you guys would please leave comments, tell me where, hey, the fifth gift I could see, but I could see all of them, but the seventh and eighth gift. And I wish you would have numbered them, but give me the number as we go through this. He'll show the first one, he'll show the second one, and tell me in the comments what you think and what you see. Because to me, I don't need this. I mean, I at least saw all three aliens when I first watched the video, and I wasn't looking for them. I wasn't looking for them. And by the way, guys, this video has been investigated. There is a professional that gets paid millions of dollars to go to court and testify about video and the lights and how everything should look. He. This is what he does for a living. He is a professional, and he says this is real video. And if you go to the another video that I did earlier, I forgot. It was probably like 3 weeks ago. Um, you'll see the whole video. If you'll go there, you can see. I know you can see at least three aliens. And but let's get in here. Enough of me talking about it, and let's see if we can find these aliens together. And just give a shout out to the channel Quirk Zone. Um, after you subscribe to my channel, all of you, um, go over, take a look at his channel, see if you like his content, and subscribe for him. All right, let's get in here and let's see if we can find the aliens here. All right.
Excited, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and looking at us. And it's still there.
Okay, where is this on your property?
In my backyard. I swear to God, this is not a joke. This is actually we terrified of it.
So there's
Let me see.
two
Something's
people
going
or
on
two
here. Let me see if we can.
that are
I
in
can
your
get it
backyard?
to stop buffering.
Correct, and they're very large. They're like 8 foot. Nice.
Look at those two aliens, guy.
They look like aliens to us.
Look at that.
Big eyes. They have big eyes, like I can't explain it, and big mouth.
Can you guys not see this alien right here? Can you not see that? The two eyes, one eye here, the head there. I mean, to me, guys, that is plain.
They're tiny eyes, and they're not human. They're 100% they're not human.
Welcome to Extraterrestrial Reality. Today we're going to try to put everything into perspective with regard to the 2023 Las Vegas alien incident. What you are seeing on the screen right now, if you are watching this, are 20 separate images playing out at the same time, 5-second GIFs. That's what I set it up as. Each little image is just playing over and over again. Each little square on the screen, there are 5 across, 4 down. So it's basically 20 images that you are seeing right now. And that's not even all of the aliens that you could find in that video. There's
Now, I wish he would have, now looking at this, I wish he would have let it maybe play longer than 5 seconds. Just so our eyes have time to adjust, from seeing this. But guys, come on. This one right here, come on. Do you think if they went in the backyard and did this again and tried to recapture the moment, say, do you think this would happen? No, it wouldn't. Though that is an alien, dude. That is an alien, dude. That's phasing in and out. Check this out. What about this one? Eyes. I know it's a different angle. He says it's a different one. But it could be. I think he says there's 20 in here, and from what I've watched, like I said, I watched the first 5, 10, 15 minutes, something like that, maybe even shorter. But what is happening is they're phasing in and out of reality. So it's looking like there's one there, and then he appears there, and your eyes see it before it immediately disappears. Do you know it? I hope you guys know what I'm saying. But I mean, the one over the fence here, as you can see, the eyes right there. This one is cloaked, and he's gonna go through it, and they'll get bigger. But this is definitely one to me. This is the second one. Let me see. Third one right there. Maybe that it's the same one as this one. But there's another one that kind of looks like ET. Maybe he doesn't have it stopped right now. The GIF doesn't start where it phases up and you can see it. So, but let's jump in here and continue. My bad.
There's actually more than 20. But these are the 20 separate instances where alien creatures appear in that 1 minute and 41 second long cell phone footage filmed by the Kenmore family during the early morning hours of May 1st, 2023. Actually, Contra Kenmore was the person who filmed this. She basically her husband Bobby and her two teenage sons, Angel and Joshua, they tried to enter the yard armed after.
Hey guys, just to let you know also, this is the only video that we have because isn't it so convenient that they can't show that because it's private property. So they can't show the officer's body cam. Isn't that funny? But they show it up to before the officer steps into the backyard. And you can see what's in the backyard. I mean, all you need to do is get a drone and you can see it. And if you go look at my first video about this, you'll see where the alien spaceship landed. And I'm not even going to get into how I think they got out of there. I don't know. I don't care. But I mean, I would care if somebody told me. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, this to me is proof that we are not alone, guys. We are not alone.
Some object came crashing out of the sky into their backyard, actually made a hard landing in their backyard. Obviously, it didn't crash because there was nothing there by the time the police arrived over an hour after this incident went down. But what you are seeing right now, you could see all the aliens. You see all the movement. I focused on aliens I was able to capture in movement. That was my goal, and I wanted to get at least 20, and that's what I have accomplished here. As you can see, there's 5. There's rows of there's 4 rows down, 5 across.
And guys, that's one thing.
There's actually a few other.
That is one thing that I didn't like that he said, and maybe he said it. So like a slip of the tongue. He said, I'd like to get at least 20. Well, you don't go into a video saying, hey guys, I'm definitely going to find 20 in here. So that kind of threw up a red flag. But I know I know, and you guys should know that this video is authentic. So it hasn't been messed with or anything like that. This is the real deal. So I just didn't like the way he said it. And if you watch his channel, he's not that type. He has found 20. Now, I'm not going to say that I guarantee you all of them are 20. Like I said, I think they're phasing in and out of reality. And it kind of makes it looks like there's 2 or 3. So that's my belief. But let's see if we can find kind of like Finding Waldo. I don't know if you guys remember those books as a kid. But this is what we got to do. Try to find these aliens in here, guys.
Other ones that I didn't include in here. There's some of them. They're not really. There's not a lot of movement. So that's why I didn't want to put them in there. But I just want to point this out because I've been talking about this case for a while now. Of course, since it happened, actually, I believe I started talking about this in late May or June. I think it was June of actually 2023 when I first talked about this, or maybe it could have been May. I don't even know. It doesn't matter. What does it matter? But it wasn't until April of last year.
And guys, just to let you know, with the Miami Mall incident, the people in there, we still haven't seen body cam from that. they said that aliens were like 9, 10 feet tall, and they were phasing in and out of reality. So from what the people described, this is it. This is how they cloak themselves. There's um some type of some technology they have to be able to do this, because this is aliens, guys. And like, remember, we have to realize that not all aliens are going to look like we want them to look like, but my eyes are not lying to me.
Construction expert from Ohio examined the video along with the members of his team, and they determined that the video was authentic and there was no fakery whatsoever, no CGI. And so that 1 minute and 41 second long video was real. He authenticated it. And he also said that at the time, April of last year, that there are creatures in that backyard. And since that point, so this is well over a year and a half now we're talking about, we've discovered a lot more creatures in there. And we tried to, over the course of many, many podcasts, I've talked about a lot of these.
Now, guys, did you hear that? The expert that authenticated the video said there's something, creatures, entities, whatever you might want to call it, in the video, and it's authentic. So we have an expert that gets paid millions of dollars, and this is not what you would think that would go in line with what he's supposed to say, right? He's supposed to say that it's authentic, but I don't see any creatures, right? Because nobody wants to, he doesn't want to, sacrifice his career for, some stupid hoax or some, bullshit, pretty much, right? So this guy goes out on the limb and says, hey, this is authentic, and I see creatures in the yard. And this is a expert that gets paid millions. So we gotta, like, it's the start of this case, we have to also put everything in context, right? This is happening. It's not just happening on video. We had other separate incidents that led up to this. Cop, police officer, highway patrolman, whatever he is, sees something fall from the sky. He catches it on his body cam. It's on ring cams. Then they get a call saying there's aliens in the backyard. 1, 2, they show up. They don't show us the video. But however, we have a minute and 20, I think almost 2 minutes, or maybe a minute and a half, of a video that we can see with our own eyes, guys. We don't need disclosure. This is disclosure. All right, enough of me talking.
And here we are now looking at them. This is the fruits of that labor. And it's not even all of it, to be quite honest with you. And I think it's important to talk about, because you know what? There's still people in the UFO community who fail to recognize the significance of this evidence. But as you could see now with your own eyeballs, there's aliens in that backyard. They're all over the place, actually. They're all over the place, right? And I think it was important to do this. Just recently, Chris Lathrop, who's an investigator of this case, he contacted me. He wanted to let me know what somebody was saying online about this recently. Actually, Joe Murgia, known as the UFO Joe, he was commenting on this in a negative light. He was commenting on a different post. It was something James Fox, the filmmaker, was in an interview with Eric W. Davis recently, and he was asking questions like about where's the proof? We have alien spaceships in our possession. We have bodies. Where and why can I get the specifics to verify those claims? And so it was a back and forth between them, and Joe Murgia was commenting on that. And So, and he wants disclosure. All of us want disclosure, right? Joe Murgia wants disclosure. UFO Joe, I actually have, I like reading Joe's posts. However, he's one of these people, along with just about everybody else in the UFO community, who pretend like the Las Vegas alien incident doesn't matter, that it doesn't prove anything, when in actuality, it proves everything. It
I'm with
actually
you.
shows that we're not alone. It is disclosure. It
I'm
serves
with
as
you.
disclosure. It could be the placeholder for disclosure until the government tells you the rest. Actually, this Las Vegas alien incident, one thing it does confirm is that the government's been lying. They have to be lying. They have to know about this. They obviously know about this, right? They actually put up the Las Vegas Police Department installed a Homeland Security camera after this incident occurred. But anyway, Chris Lathrop had commented, this was on November 5th, to this comment, to this, some of the questions that James Fox was asking Eric Davis. And he specifically with regard to the proof. And Chris asks, where's the proof? The proof is Las Vegas 2023, the case every mainstream ufologist refuses to cover. Just a couple of weeks ago, I asked Nick Pope if he'd go over the evidence I compiled, and he declined. Laughable. There are so many fed moles out there in this community. That's what Chris Lathrop said. He thinks that there's a lot of fed moles out there that are trying to keep this secret a secret, right, from the rest of the public, and pretend that the evidence that we now have within the public domain means nothing, when anybody who looks at what I'm showing right now knows that that we already know. It's over. It's done. But anyway, Joe Murgia, UFO Joe, commented back to Chris Lathrop on November 8th. He says, aliens in the backyard? Yeah. George Knapp showed up at their house 3 times and they ghosted him every time. That case is dead. Does Joe Murgia live with his head up his own ass? I mean, what's going on here, Joe? I mean, what's the matter with you? Are you part of the gatekeepers now? I mean, what's the matter with you, Joe? I mean, seriously. But anyway, Chris responded to him. He says, you have to be kidding me. It's literally the best documented UFO case.
I love how Yankees, and if there's Yankees out there, I love how you guys are just straight to the point. In the South down here, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Oh no, that's not proper. We kind of do things by a little different code than you guys. You guys just come out and say it, and I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love you, Yankees. By the way, I love you guys. Grandparents, mom's from the Bronx, but I'm the Confederate son.
Case of all time. So what if they ghosted Knapp? Sasha Larkin and DHS probably told him not to. You're out of your lane on this one, Joe. You're embarrassing yourself by calling that case dead. Yes, you are, Joe. You're embarrassing yourself. It's very embarrassing, because I'm embarrassed for a lot of these people. I'm very, very embarrassed for a lot of these people. But you know what? I don't even care. It doesn't really matter. We actually have the evidence right now. These guys could play because they have the spotlight. That's what they crave, and they want to be the ones, I guess, to be the ones who are able to say, I was the one who proved it. That seems to be more important to these people than anything else. Either that or they're part of the gatekeeper crew. I don't know what else to think anymore. Seriously. I mean, you're looking right now at the screen. You see what's going on here, right?
I do believe, and I'm sorry it's taken a little while to get, but I think this stuff that he's saying is important. I do believe there are moles in the ufologist field. I believe they also have a narrative that the government wants them to follow. I think a lot of these people that are in, that they say they're for disclosure, I think they're working for the government as well. Guys, we can't look at this with our own eyes and deny what we're seeing. I don't by any means want to actually put this on the same level, but comparative, this is like a doubting Thomas. Seeing the risen Jesus, and not even believing then. He had to stick his fingers in the wounds. So this is plain and simple. evidence that we can see with our eyes, but yet we're saying, no, no, we believe the government. No, there's nothing wrong. I think, and the reason why, I'm not saying you guys watching the video are like that. I'm saying that we are worker bees, and we're just going along, and we're not even realize what's going on. It's just like the reason why I started this channel is because I needed a way to get this out, to talk to somebody and have a community where we can respond to each other and talk. I'm never going to be that guy that has a million subscribers and makes all this money. That probably won't happen with me. I don't have the smooth, silky voice. I don't have, probably I'm not the greatest speaker. I'm from the South. I have some articulate problems, so I think I'm humble, maybe that would happen. Anything's possible with my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. But yeah, we have to be real with our eyes and believe what we see.
I received some comments too from some people a few weeks ago. I guess it was actually October 11th, somewhere around there. Somewhere in October, early October, when Ancient Aliens finally aired an episode where they mentioned the Las Vegas alien incident. And of course, I did a whole show about how they dropped the ball. Actually, that was the name of the episode. Ancient Aliens drops the ball on the Las Vegas alien incident. And I received a lot of positive comments for that episode. And one of them came from JB on Spotify, and he wrote this, and this was a great comment. I think I might have mentioned this one before, but I think it's appropriate for this episode today. He wrote this. He says, the evasiveness is telling. This is exactly how truth is treated when evidence is showing what you don't want to accept, lie, ignore, stigmatize, and redirect. By an incredible statistical margin, the untampered video shows beings and distortion of the video unlike any known fakes. So here it is, and most of the UFO community will not engage, let alone mainstream. Some of us must continually reshape our understanding of humanity to understand just how truth adverse our species actually is. Yeah, that's so true, JB. So true.
That is a great comment.
I said,
great
very
comment.
Well put. I am so grateful there are so many others who can see what is occurring with this situation. The story has become more than just the absolute fact that this case proves there is a presence here. It also shows that how the world reacts to it. It's fascinating and frustrating all at once. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And as you can see, it's over. As Scott Roeder and I were saying since over a year now. I mean, it's over. I mean, we got the proof, man. I mean, you could see right now with your own eyeballs. So let's talk about each one of these things. Now, before I even talk about it, I just want to point out that I recently did a show where I talked about how I do this, how I'm able to find these aliens in the video, right? And I actually also included a link to the video so you could try it yourself if you're game. But so I'm not going to talk about how I did this because I talked about that, in a whole episode just recently. So we're just going to talk about what we're looking at here, and we'll start from the top here, from the top left, and we'll go left to right for starters here. Okay, now, and of course, in the top left is my favorite. That this is a little.
Sorry about that, guys. I didn't mean to pause it.
Gray alien that pops up after the family members got chased out of the yard, and then they stood around shocked for a few seconds, and then they reopened the gate and they continued to film. And as they continued to film, this little creature pops up. It's a little gray alien. I named him the Undeniable Backbreaker, or UB for short. It's a take on the ET, the extraterrestrial. But he's undeniable backbreaker because it ends it just ends the debate as far as anyone should be concerned. I mean, this breaks the back of the debunkers. Now, I get questions every now and then about this little guy. We're showing him on the screen, just a video with him in it right now. I get questions about this guy sometimes. Why do you call him the undeniable backbreaker? That doesn't make any sense. Well, it's a sports phrase. Like for instance, like when the Philadelphia Eagles, my favorite team, was in the Super Bowl last year, and it was in the halfway through the third quarter, and the Kansas City Chiefs just turned the ball over on downs. What did the Eagles do? They could have tried to run the clock out, but no, it was already 27-0 at that point. So what did they do? The quarterback, Jalen Hurts, threw a bomb into the end zone to Devontae Smith for a touchdown, which, by the way, broke the backs, was a back-breaking play to the Kansas City Chiefs. And was the end of the game pretty much, because the next thing anyone knew, it was 34-0. And that's pretty much the same situation.
Now on the next one that he does, and he goes through these photos, I'm going to wait a little bit before I think what I see as the aliens, so you guys can get a chance, so I don't, kind of put it in your head where it is, or I want you to find it yourself. And please, it doesn't take long for you to comment, hey, I see only 5 of them, gift 2, 3, 4, just comment, let me know, because I want to know if there's some of these that I don't see them, right. I think he's maybe he's forcing his narrative. I don't know, but I know for a fact I see an alien right there. I see an alien.
Situation here. I mean, once this discovery was made of UB, along with the UB, we didn't discover him until after Scott Roeder had authenticated the video. Then later, there was a couple of aliens that we talked about then. But then, as time went on, we found more aliens after the video was already authenticated, and everybody knew that it was real. So this thing here, this is a little gray alien that you see. That's what it is, and he's an undeniable backbreaker. He breaks the backs of every debunker out there because their grift is over ever since that little head popped up out in the back there, along with all the other aliens here. This ends the debate. It ends their grift. It's all over. This is disclosure, all of this. And now moving over to the next one, starting from left to right, we're going to the next one over on the top, the second one over. That's the creature that appeared over the fence. His face appears over the fence as the father and two.
Now this is the one that I saw. Oh, I said, I'm so sorry, guys. I said that I was not going to tell you where they were. I'm so sorry about that. But this one, I think that you can see at the top right over the fence. And what do we use? They say that these aliens were like 10 feet tall. That's a 6-foot fence right there, guys. I believe that's that's usually what they put around backyards. It's usually 6 foot. And look at that, right up there. They got it. I think they got it right. I mean, that's pretty much 10 feet there. But this is the one that I actually saw. I was like, holy shit. It's definitely an alien cloaking of some sort. And right there already, out of the 20, there's 2. I mean, and if you guys disagree with me, please tell me, and maybe give me a reason, or tell me, or point me to another one that you see that is definitely, you guys say, hey, that this one's it. But I mean, we cannot say, you cannot look at this with your own eyes. These 20 gifts of the 1.5, 2-minute video, and say you don't see something that is foreign, that you usually don't see. I mean, whether they're from outer space, or they've been here for thousands of years, whether they're from the ocean, wherever, if they're interdimensional, there's something there, and it's not just shadows of of lights or anything like that. If someone tells you that and you believe that, hey, that's your opinion. But believe me, I believe that would be bullshit, because it's another thing to tell us that what we're seeing is not what we're seeing. It's their narrative. All right, buddy, let's see.
Two sons were getting chased out of the yard by a different creature. This thing showed up. And it was partially invisible. It was partially transparent. That was because it was using some sort of cloaking technology or ability, or who knows, maybe time distortion. Nobody really can say.
Look at
All we
that.
can say is that it was really there.
His
And Scott
eyes
Roeder, the crime scene reconstruction
down.
expert who has over 30
That's
years of
crazy.
experience and testifies in court, he's a professional at what he does. He verified this.
Wow.
And he said that that this
That's
what they
crazy.
determined when they looked at this that video where the creature appears over the face, he said that that there were 66% of the pixels in that little area of the video were deleted somehow mysteriously. There's no explanation for it, but that's what happened. But that's the fate. That what are you going to do? This is how aliens are able.
That's what they also say. They say that they can distort I guess this would be a form of cloaking, but that's another thing that there's a theory out there that they distort what we see. They distort what we see. And actually, this is through the camera. I would really like to know, which is impossible to know, unless, one of these guys that was there could tell us, is that something that you could see with the naked eye? You know how we're finding out that some of these pictures, some of these videos, when you see it with the naked eye, you can't see it, but you look in the camera and you can see it. Or if you're looking at a video and it's a regular video, but yet someone has infrared, then they see it there. So this is something that is a theory that has been given, that they distort what we see, and then that sometimes we can't even see them with our own eyes. We have to look through infrared or just a video. So tell me what you think about that. I know we're only on the second one, and I'm running my mouth, so I'll let it run for a little bit until I let you guys, make your own decisions without my narrative, right?
Able to make themselves invisible to our cell phones. We can't. It's hard to even film this. It's hard to cap. We're lucky that we even have this evidence right here. And now.
Imagine being able to build an app with
Sorry, guys.
just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
I totally forgot about that.
Complete AI creation platform. Describe what you want and watch it take shape.
I'm so sorry, guys. That's kind of unprofessional. I'm so sorry. I'm learning how to edit. So,
and now moving over to the third one on the top, the third one from over the middle. That one there, that's a creature that looks very, very much like a creature that abducted the members of the Allagash Four back in 1976, as I talked about in numerous episodes. This appears after the family members got chased out of the yard. It appears near the heavy equipment. You could see it has two arms. It's one of them. It's lifting one of its arms, its right arm up, while its left arm is moving in a downward fashion. You could see its face, its mouth is moving. You could see its eyes. Very, very strange looking creature, I must say. And now moving over to the fourth one on the top over. This is the creature that chased them out of the yard. You could see this. They all start walking in. All three of them were armed. But when they saw this thing coming at them, they all just backed out and fled. and they were scared out of their minds. I mean, this was shortly after this happened, right? That's when they called 911. But they did continue to film for a little bit more. And actually, now moving over to the last one on the top. This is the furthest one to the right there. That little creature. Now, that there, you could see this as they were going into the yard they thought they were going to do something with their guns, but they were going to the yard. You could see this thing was hanging out there by the heavy equipment in the backyard. Okay, now moving on. The next one here. This is one of them that appeared in near the front loader. And you could see this was actually, there was a team of them. There was a bunch of them in that one little area. And this is the one that was, this is just one of them that we're seeing right there. There was, that you could see their heads are turning, big heads. You could see antennas on top of their head, just like the family members had described. They told that the Inside Edition. Very, very weird, very weird creatures. Actually, this creature here, along with a couple other ones in this video, looks very much like a being that Magic Mike Batista, who filmed a apparent alien craft coming down in his backyard in Missouri a couple of years.
Okay, now that photo is, I didn't see that when I looked at that photo. I couldn't come up, my eyes, I let you guys look at for it a little bit. I couldn't see it. So obviously, well, not obviously, this is the Vegas aliens. This is what he said he is talking about. Big heads, eyes. Now, this looks so distorted. And is that what it's supposed to do? Is that what's supposed to happen? Part of the cloaking technology. I don't know about, like I said, I watched about 5 to 10 minutes of it. Haven't seen this. I don't know too much about the Batista alien. I guess that is the head, and that is, I'm not sure. I think, for me, I didn't see this at first. It's possible that, I'm not, some of us can see things that other people can't, I didn't see those two aliens. I think that is, they almost look like bobbleheads, right? I think that would be, for me, from my eyes, that would be a stretch. But let's take other people's opinions. Let's see. But I know already I've seen it probably like 4 aliens.
Years ago, he was actually on a Ross Coulthart interview in recent months, which I did a show about that, and I showed the comparison between one of the beings that Mike Batista captured and this thing here, along with a couple other ones from this Las Vegas video. Now moving over to we're still on the second row here. We're going to move over to the second one on the second row to the and that one this is one of the weirdest ones in the whole video. This thing was very cloaked. It appears very briefly toward the end of this 1 minute and 41 second long video near the heavy equipment in front of the one that looks like the Allagash creature. You can see the Allagash one right behind it. And it's very strange. I mean, this maybe it's reptilian. You could see you could see eyes, you could see a cleft on its head, you could see a mouth, and it's just very weird. But you could also see through it. It's almost like it's almost semi-transparent, similar to the creature that showed up near the fence. Now the next one is one that only appears in one frame. This is the middle one on the second row. That one there, it appears this is after they get chased out of the yard, and this thing just looks like it was a creature. It might have been walking across the front of the front loader, trying to maybe position itself someplace else. But as you can see, it's very, very weird looking. And let me give you guys a couple of seconds to look at that. Is he talking about this being the whole head, this being the eye, that being the longer arms? Is that what he's talking about? And then he said it's right beside the other. So this is half of another alien that he said was there. There's a reason why
we're having trouble, you know, looking at these because they have this technology, and we're not supposed to see them for what they are. But I think but when they use that technology, um, and you got to remember, let's take it as if you, for them, this is probably like a car accident. For them, this is like a car accident, maybe like and after a car accident, you're excited. I mean, one of the, I don't, if you go back and look at, if you look at Quirk Zone, he has a video on there. I also has a video on my channel that says one of the spokes the spokesman for the that he's been part of the family. I think he's the older brother. He's been like the spokesman for the family, and he said that I think it was him or his younger brother heard one of them like growl at him, and he thought it was a he could sense it was not happy. And he said when he looked into his eyes, he was just like almost like mesmerized, like they always have been saying. So everything goes along with what these boys, this family have seen. It goes around. It goes with some of the theories that people have come up with or know about this. Of course, we have people that have been abducted. They have seen things. Sometimes they don't even know they have seen things until they, have the, what do you call it? Oh my goodness. They talk to a psychiatrist and they hypnotize them and kind of walk back with them. And, Barney Hill, his incident with his wife. She didn't even know what happened. And man, if you hear the way that man screams when they go back through this incident in his mind, I mean, it's telling. It really is. So, just thought I would mention and show you what I see, and like I said, guys, let me know in the comments what you see in these gifts.
So that's another one here. So now moving over to the fourth one in the second row. That one here, this is another one that appears toward the end of the 1 minute and 41 second long video. This is to the right of the front loader, and behind there was a vehicle that was parked there in front of the front loader, and this is off to the right of that. And this thing appears briefly, and this thing, this matches pretty well, I think, with the description as that Angel Kenmore had provided to the media. He said that these things had big mouths and big eyes, and as you could see a very large mouth on this thing, and big eyes, very big eyes. And now the next one over to the right on the second row. The very last one. This is one that appears there's a pickup truck that's closer to the gate where the family members were standing watching this. This appears, it looks like it could be in the back of the pickup truck, inside of it, this little creature here. Very weird. Now moving down to
did you guys see that?
The first one on the
you saw that with this is the one he was talking about with the big eyes. Man, this is insane.
Third row on the left there. This is another one that appears at the same time as another large one, the one we talked about earlier, that was from the second row, right above it. You'll see that one appears, and here's the full image of all of them, of that one and
oh my gosh, man! Hold on.
This is what very strange, but no question about it.
I see it now.
On its head too. This one was right behind the other big one. Now,
I don't know, I'll be honest with you, if that's an antenna on his head. I really don't know that, but I saw it. I just saw it then. And that's maybe because my mind is saying that, hey, I'm supposed to see it, but I did see it without the contrast. This is crazy. It's insane, man.
Moving over to the, we're on the third row. We're going to go to the second one on the third row, the second one from the left. There were a bunch of different creatures that seemed to be smaller creatures that seemed to be hiding between the front loader as well as the that there was a vehicle parked in front of the front loader, and there was a section in that area where a bunch of them appear, and you could see them momentarily. See, a lot of these creatures, they were phasing in and out of view somehow. We don't know how. We're saying it's cloaking, but we really can't say whether it's a technology or just an ability that they have, or whether it was somehow time being manipulated. We really can't say. We don't know. But this is just another example of one of the many faces that just appears throughout this video, alien faces. And that's another thing to think about here, is that just everything that shows up, it looks like an alien. It looks like an alien face. It doesn't look like human. It doesn't look like an animal. It looks like what the description of an alien. That's what it looks like. They all look like alien creatures as described by people who have witnessed these with their own eyes. Now,
he does have a point. Hold on, guys. Probably gonna get a commercial. I'm sorry about
easy
that.
to become a podcaster with Riverside. You just need a
Sorry about that. See if I can edit it out, or see if I can.
Go to riverside.fm and open an account.
Bear with me. I apologize.
To record, just hit record to capture high.
Now, the third row, again, we're going to talk about the one in the middle. This one only showed up for about several frames. That was it. You can see it flashing. Now you see it, now you don't. It's just flashing off and on the screen. I talked about this creature before. No question about it. It looks like an alien. You can see two eyes on it, and just the top of the tip. No doubt about it.
This is crazy.
Now, moving over to the fourth one over from the left on the third row, we're going to be talking about this one here. This was like a tall creature that was standing off to the left of the front loader that appeared. You could see it toward the tail end of the video for about halfway through it. And after they got chased out of the yard, they continued to film that area, and there was a section of the video where you could see this looks like a tall thing standing there. Sometimes it disappears and then it reappears, but it's there. You can see it looks like alien. It looks like it's moving around, moving its head. No question about it. Now, moving over to the last one on the right on the third row, this was a taller one that was standing to the right of UB in that same area next to the front loader. And it's just very tall. It was tall, not very tall, but it was taller than it seemed taller than UB, because it was about a head taller than him. And it was moving around. You could actually see, this is actually before UB shows up, where you could see UB pretty well. You could continue to see this thing after UB disappears too, but it shows up and there's just another alien. All right. Okay. Now to the fourth row on the left, the first one there. This was one that was behind the front loader, looking through a window apparently, and it appears at the same time as the two big-headed creatures that you see right above it there. They all appear at the same time, and another alien, another big one. Of course, when they called 911 that night, Angel and his father Bobby, they reported that there were 2 8 to 10 foot tall alien creatures in their backyard. They didn't see the other smaller ones, but there were other ones there, as we are seeing right now. And then, okay, the fourth row down, second one over, another one. This appeared again between the front loader and the Jeep in front of that.
I'm trying to catch that one because I think I can see that one plain as day.
There was an area where a bunch of them show up. You see them for a few seconds and then they disappear.
Look at that.
Just another alien face. There's just no question about it, folks. And now, here's another really strange one. This is the middle one on the bottom, the fourth row. This one, I call it the ghost of UB, because this one's, when I first start when I first was talking about the undeniable backbreaker last year, somebody else had pointed this out to me as well. You could see basically there's this other face, but it's like it's like invisible. It's like, you ever watch movies about people becoming invisible and they're just about to be totally invisible and then they become invisible? But this what this looks like. It looks like something that's there, but it's invisible, but you can still make out its eyes. You can make out the shape of its head. I mean, it looks like a skull almost. It looks like an alien. That's what it is. I mean, there's no other explanation. Okay, we're still on the fourth row. We're going to move over to the fourth one over on the fourth row. Now, this one here was peeking its head out. This was a little creature, it looked like, peeking its head out from inside one of the behind the front loader there. That's what it looked like. Yeah. And obviously it's an alien, as you can plainly see. It's an alien.
Wow.
And then finally, the bottom
crazy.
corner on the right, this one here appears right toward the end of the video. It's a face that kept on poking out from behind the second. There was some heavy equipment in the backyard. This was a different front loader behind the one that was in the front, and this thing kept on poking its head out there toward the end of the video.
Look at that.
And I saw that. I captured that one there as well. Well, so there you go.
Wow.
Look at all the aliens we have.
Wow.
Look, this is unbelievable, right? It's really not. I mean, we've been talking about it for over a year and a half now that we now have the proof. And now here's a compilation of all those beings. And I like to know, like, I know you're going to hear from some people in the UFO community, and here's what they're going to, you either have to tell yourself they're either lying or they're stupid. That's the bottom line. They're going to tell you, when they tell you that there's nothing there, this case is dead and all that kind of nonsense, right? Well, you know, they're either stupid or they're lying.
You know, we're going to listen to the rest of this, but what do you guys think? Please let me know in the comment section. Sorry about that stuttering. Please let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think? I mean, he is right when he says, like, everything that is happening, like all the faces and the bodies that do come up, they do look like aliens. It's not like it's like, oh, that's a human face, or oh, okay, I can see some type of animal. They look like aliens. And it's what people, like you said, what people have seen before and told us what they look like, what they have seen. It's crazy. I mean, like this one. Look at that. Bam. Look at that. Bam. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, you can't like deny this. He is right. I mean, he uses the word, he used the acronym UB, undeniable backbreaker, but this is crazy, man. You guys tell me, have I lost my mind? And I don't know how people are thinking this is like we shouldn't take this seriously. I mean, this is disclosure right here, guys. This 30-minute video is disclosure. I mean, it's crazy.
They're not doing their homework. They didn't look at this. They think it's just too unbelievable. It's just too fantastic for them, or they're lying. There's no other explanation here, folks. This case, it's a done deal. We now have the absolute proof, right? Absolute. There's no question anymore, as you could plainly see looking at this, right? There's absolutely no question anymore. So, what else could I say? What else is there to say? I mean, we'll keep covering this story. I'm never going to stop. I'm going to keep talking about it until it finally gets the recognition it deserves. And this case needs to be discussed. The world needs to know that we're not alone. This incident proved it, because all of the evidence associated with this case, when you put it all together, the totality of the evidence, right, it informs us that we are not alone. There is something here with us. There's a non-human intelligence.
Guys, I mean, what do you think? Please let me know in the comments what you think about this. I think it's, my eyes don't. If I was looking for something else, I would actually gonna. The last couple of ones, I was looking for something else besides an alien. I was trying to trick my mind. Could I find a human? And he's right. I couldn't, but I did find what aliens are supposed to look like. What do you guys think? Please let me know in the comments. Thank you for tuning in to Element 115 with Mo. I thank you guys. I appreciate it. Please let me know in the comments. Please like and please subscribe. I'm trying to hit that 500 mark by January 1st. Anything's possible, right? You guys take a ride with me. Check up on my channel. Take a ride with me in this wonderful journey that we're going to have and finding out if we're not alone. I already know. And this is part of the proof, guys. So let me know. And as we say, like I said before, as we say at Element 115, as you guys are looking for finding the alien, please try to find the alien. And as we say here at 115, Element 115, Nanu, Nanu. I thank you guys.